Greetings, everyone. I'm Eric with Your Essential Practice. We have a huge week this week. We have Venus going into Taurus. Then we have Mercury going into Cancer, Jupiter going into Cancer, and then we have a big full moon going in the sign of Sagittarius. So four big things happening this week. Count them: 1, 2, 3, 4. And if I called off your astrological sign, well, then you probably perked up your ears a little bit, didn't you? Well, you can check down in the description box below for more of that divine guidance in the astrological realm, all that information about, I've written a whole bunch of really good information for us for more guidance going through. And that is meant to go hand in hand along with the rune readings here for each astrological sign. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and contact me with your inquiries, questions, comments, concerns. Where would you like to see this channel going? Would you like to see me do some lives with you on screen here with me live? Yes, that's right. That is an option. So message me using the socials in the links down in the description box below. Without further ado, let's jump right into this huge, epic, big four, quadruple whammy, if you will. Quadruple whammy rune reading. Woohoo! Greetings, Aries, and welcome to your divinely guided rune reading for this week's big energies. We have already cleansed the energetic space and shuffled on the runes for this week, and also stay tuned to the very end of your reading, because at the very end we'll pull the Soul's Journey Oracle deck card for clarification. So let's jump right on into it for this rune reading. Aries, what do you have in your past energies? You have Wunjo. Wunjo in your past energies is that clan flag of success, planting that on top of the hill, and success and in enjoyment and celebration, and in that sense of showing up for each other, that dedication, all of that. You can breathe that sigh of relief, that joy and abundance, that sense of completion. You're finally there with your clanmates, with your family, with your community, regardless of how this resonates. Just take what resonates and leave what doesn't, Aries. Okay, so let's get into your energetic now. In your now energies, you have manas. So manas is like this rune of mankind. Mankind is that one clan flag, see, like Wunjo here, and it's facing another clan flag. So that is inciting a definition of. So that's like an other than. Like, what's my place in this world? Like, where do I stand in this clan? Is this clan energy going to be joined up with mine? Is this something that I can see myself belonging to? Is this something that I need to maybe steer clear from? These are very good questions to kind of ask yourself here, Aries. But right now you're probably dealing with more like that 3D label of things like, what am I? What are we? What is this place that we're at right now? What is this place that I'm at right now energetically? Just kind of putting a finger to that thought, right? And being able to articulate that mentally and comprehend it, right? So in your future energies here, you have Yera. Yera is beautiful. It's that irreversible rune here of that year. It literally means year, Yera. So at the end of the year, the farmer harvests the crop, and so this is also known as the rune of harvest. So with this rune of harvest, you have this evaluation period. Like, do you have enough crop harvested to last you the next upcoming energies? Did you plant the right kind of seeds? Did you nurture those seeds well enough, right? Are you going to have to adjust tactic next planting season? Things like these are big evaluation periods. So this is a big called into learning and processing period. So really not really making any decisions on this label right now, because you're called to really go within with your labels and really go into this deep evaluation period here, Aries, going forward. I know you really don't like being told to wait, but really you need to kind of wait on this one. You really need to go within, go get that guidance, because the celebration energy, you understand that it's not going to last forever. What goes around kind of comes around, though, and what we reap is what we sow. And you understand this, Aries. So what's your energetic influence of these now energies? What's the influence of these nows? So this is Naldi's. Naldi's is now this. So your influence is like, okay, great, now this. You're going down the path, and now this log is blocking your path. That's a need, that's a constraint, that's a limitation, that's something preventing you from moving forward. From maybe it's like a mental block, maybe somebody is kind of withholding truth, or maybe you're lacking evidence right now. I think that's just kind of what that influence is. Let's get more clarification and jump into what your advice for this now energy is. What's your advice for, swift action? You want the swift action, but you're like, but Eric, you just told us to wait. What's going on here? Okay, so let me explain here. Theorisas is like Thor's hammer. Thor's hammer, Mjolnir, that lightning quick strike, that swift action, right? That can either build, destroy, or protect. So what is this? Are you going to build? Are you distancing yourself from this other clan member or this clan energy? Right? Are you thoroughly addressing your needs, constraints, limitations? Are you balancing what these aspects are? Are you kind of fooling yourself with your ego a little bit with needs versus wants, perceived limitations, aspects like that? This is called to really get into your thorough action about balancing your needs, constraints, limitations, so you can make this healthy decision of these aspects of labeling. So in order to do that, you really need to kind of go within and really have this evaluation period. And you really need to do this now. You really need to make this decision whether you want this to either be a build, protect, or destroy, and dedicate yourself to that and evaluate and gear yourself towards that starting now rather than later. There's an old saying that says a stitch in time saves nine. So this little hiccup right here that you're experiencing could just be a matter of communication, but time will tell that you're kind of waiting on a response here, it looks like. So let's get what your outcome is for this energy here for Aries for this week. A lot of big energy shifting around this week. We'll get into this more. Okay, so Othala here in your your outcome energies, what your best likely outcome energies is. Now, this is really calling into balance and really mastering those needs, constraints, limitations into cementing your legacy or your lasting foundation. This is really what's going to last the next 7 generations, coming up with these healthy paradigms, these practices that you can pass on for those 7 generations, right? Not something that is transitory, like money or land that always changes, that you can never really own anyway, to something that's more perpetual, something that's more like a paradigm shift, something that's more like a practice that's spread throughout the world and is your legacy to share with the world. So this is beautiful. Othala is the name of this rune. Legacy, inheritance, income. It could also mean, so you could get like a windfall or an inheritance out of this at the end of it all. But really, you're really focusing more on this, what your foundations are. I think this is really building I think you're actually moving forward with this other clan member energy in addition to, but really you want to evaluate and kind of maybe go through the seasons with them, go through a full year with them before adding them to your legacy, right? This could be like this energetic partnership kind of energy where you're really contemplating it and really doing this in a very healthy way. Aries, like no one is your boss, right? You're very much in charge and in command of this energy. Let's get a card of clarification here of what is going to be happening for you. So these are the Soul's Journey Oracle cards. These are messages straight from Divine, straight from Source, directly to your spirit, directly to your soul. So Divine, please show us clearly. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so the first card that came up there I see is fear. All right, so fear says, I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. What a beautiful card, too. So, fear, in the midst of all these changing energies, this Venus in Taurus, Mercury in Cancer, full moon in Sagittarius, and the Jupiter in Cancer, like all these big four energies, all expanding and really kind of smoothing over a lot of energies, really kind of really checking us at where we stand in our lives, really actually having us evaluate where do things not really pass through that great love filter. Maybe they're actually hitting that fear bump on the way through our great love filter. So let's read more about this fear card, all right, before I keep yammering on here. All right. So fear again says, I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. It says the outcome of all choices in life is determined by two emotions, fear and love. Your soul is made of the energy of love, and fear is an earthly manifestation of a challenge. To embrace and wallow in fear is to go against your very being. Fear, in its many guises, is the obstacle that your soul uses to test its tenacity to stay on track. For a soul, human life can be very difficult, but acknowledging that your soul's true nature is love will always help you on your path. When fear rears its ugly head, it is really an opportunity for you to stare it in the eye and turn that doubt into trust. View it as a teacher. What lesson are you learning from these fearful emotions? The more you use the energy of love to diffuse the fearful situations, the less often they will present themselves. Let me know in the comments below how this resonates with you, dear Aries, and do enjoy and have a blessed and an abundant week. Namaste.